All right, let me find a song to listen to. Um, I have an important announcement to make so that we can end the games. Give me a second. Let me find something to put on. Let me see. I don't see anything. Okay, so let me just start talking. Okay, we are at end game with this whole back and forth and situation that's going on. Um, and by the way, that chakra healing that I did literally did the trick for me because honestly, I was feeling, I don't want to say wheezy. I was not feeling wheezy, but I was feeling like it was something that I wanted to cough up that I couldn't. It was weird. Like I've had the candle going for probably like an hour and I feel so much clearer because the work that I do is true. I am the truth. Ask anybody. Okay. Um, so we're at end game with this whole situation. And I wanted to come and talk about this because now we have a troll going around trying to brag that she destroyed my business. And so we got to talk about that. And I'm going to tell you something. It is my worst nightmare. Uh, well, I don't want to say it's my worst nightmare. It wouldn't be my worst fear in the world. But the one thing that I cannot stand is being taken advantage of and being exploited. Okay, uh, that that's the one thing that I do not like at all, and I feel that people um, should take heed to what I've been talking about. Okay. So I wanted to come and speak about this, and we are going to pack this up and let it go. We are not going to revisit this topic. Um, I'm sorry, but I have seen people fall for some of the dumbest stuff, and I'm sorry, I can't respect that. Um, so here's how I feel about the situation, especially being the way that these people have presented themselves publicly. Okay. I am no longer going to be putting myself out there anymore. I am done with that. Because here's how I feel about the situation. I feel that there are certain people and their behaviors that are extremely inappropriate. And I feel that if you are the type of person that would listen to that, then you'll fall for anything. Okay. So let's go ahead and get to end game at this point with this situation with this troll client. Okay. I don't know if she's supposed to be in competition with me. I don't know what's going on with that. But here's what I will tell you. If that is the case and I am put in that position, okay, I don't want to touch you with a 10-foot candle. Okay. So she's clearly trying to present herself as being in competition with me. Okay. Is there a competition? No, it's not. She's a troll. I'm going to take a much needed break from social media. I've been saying that for the longest. I'm just saying I need a break from social media. I don't want to be a part of anybody's drama. It's not how I've ever lived my life. It's definitely not how I have ever conducted myself. Okay. Y'all don't know what it is about pizza, like taking a bite of your pizza and then taking a bite of their cookie that they give you at Papa John's. Not give you, I had to pay for it, but I don't know what it is about eating the pizza and the cookie together. It's so delicious. Anyway, so listen, I personally feel that there are certain things that people should look for when they are choosing friends, when they're choosing people to be in their life. Hey, Kim Spears. And I'm sorry, but a person's spiritualist or the person that's doing witchcraft for you is way too important. Y'all know I have always said that this is not for entertainment purposes only, and I don't agree with that at all. How can I say that? Well, it was just a few days ago I had to trap a negative spirit, so it's not for entertainment purposes only. It's a very, very serious thing. And it's not funny, it's not a joke. I know that in the movies, we see images and depictions of witches and they're laughing and da da da. But, mm. So I'm not going to continue with the back and forth, is what I wanted to say. I've already stated what I needed to say about that person. I personally feel that people should be easy to ignore. I will have my Etsy back soon, which is going to be a whole trip. Okay. So if you'll fall for that, or anybody that's amongst that, if you think that you're going to find quality witchcraft in a gang stalker, then I'm sorry, you would fall for anything, basically, is what I'm saying. Okay. And I personally feel as though if you do that, going to bring in too many problems for me to have to deal with. You should see the insane amount of work that needed to be done to cut ties with people and to do certain things. It's not a joke. Okay. And that's what gang stalkers do. Gang stalkers tend to latch on to people. That's what they do. They latch on to people. They do smear campaigns. They troll if it's done on the internet. They do a lot of crazy stuff. Okay. A gang stalker cannot be, in my opinion, somebody that would be mentally sound enough to do spiritual work for anyone. That's just my opinion. If you have a difference of opinion, you're welcome to that. I personally feel like it's just all a game anyway. You know what I mean? So, especially when how people see you is supposed to be dependent upon your personal relationship with a man. Well, you know what? A man can behave a certain way publicly, but then behind the scenes act a totally different way. So, nobody's over here would be scamming people in that way. You know what I mean? And pretending, you know, that everything is okay if it's not. When I started my business, of course, I was single. Still am, basically. Okay. So we are at end game. I will no I'm not gonna any longer let people know that this chick is a troll. Everybody knows that I'm being gang stalked. Everybody knows the type of disgusting, corrupt things that is going on. Everybody knows it. Okay. There's no need in continuously discussing it. And I'm honestly not the type of person to keep talking about the same thing over and over again. In fact, I was just telling somebody that I am not used to maltreatment. I'm not used to drama. I'm not used to disrespect. I'm not used to that. So I need a break from all of that. Um, I'm no longer playing this game anymore with people. I'm not playing this game anymore. Um, I'm not in competition with anyone on here. I'm going to say that. I don't care what is happening. I don't care. I am done with all of that. I am done with it. Okay. And it was supposed to have been completely at this new moon. People are holding on. Like, wouldn't it give you some kind of clue or sign as to the type of person that you're dealing with and that they would be obviously trying to stay latched onto a person? Why would you be trying to stay latched onto a person? So I'm no longer trying to make this clear for people. Um, you do whatever you want to do at your own risk. Okay. You do whatever you want to do at your own risk. I'm talking to potential clients. Okay. Because for a while there, it seemed like everybody was trying to blame me for everything. I've been in business since 2015. Never has it been this much stress. Never has it been this much drama. Never, ever, ever. I can promise you. So, I like I said, I don't know if this troll feels like she's in competition with me. You do what you want to do at your own risk. I'm not worried about it. I now know how to deal with those energies, okay, which is chaos, poverty, and other stuff, okay? So I know how to deal with poverty. I know how to deal with chaos. I know how to deal with that at this point. Like I'm talking about really deal with it quickly, swiftly, immediately. But it's just the point that I want people to realize that you should set a higher standard for yourself as to how people, in particular witches, present themselves to you. I think it's all about a self respect thing. If there's a witch out here and she calls herself in competition with me, then she should be able to present herself, and her behavior should be presentable. Now, keep in mind when somebody is threatening somebody's babies, I don't have to be professional. My children have been under threat since I started Divine Services, since before it even became Divine Services. My children have been under threat. People that I have no idea who they are have been threatening my children. It's just the facts, okay? So, but the thing of it is that I know how to protect my children. I'm very confident in that, and I don't play that. But it's just the point. If you see, in my humble opinion, if you see somebody threatening children, talking about children, being disgusting like that, in my humble opinion, I don't think that you should be trusting of that person with your spiritual business. That's just my opinion. You can do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? So like I said, I don't know if this chick feels like she's in competition with me after threatening people's homes with a gun and things of that nature, whatever. Like people, listen, like people, people like what they like. I am personally not the type of person that even owns a gun. I would never do that. I would never threaten people like that. I would never go back and forth with people every single day like a crazy person. It's not something that I would normally do. Okay. So, this is going to eliminate a lot of chaos and turmoil. Um, my Etsy page will be back very soon. I decided to go ahead and go back to Etsy because honestly, I got tired of my website. I got tired of dealing with GoDaddy. Um, you do what you feel is right for you. Whatever you feel is right for you at that time that you're seeking what you're seeking, you do what's best for you. I'm not going to be on here defending myself, going back and forth with people, explaining myself. I am not going to be doing that for a troll. I'm not doing it. Okay? I'm not. I'm done, okay, with that. I wouldn't even want to do that. So I wanted to let people know that, like, hey, listen, I guess this chick is supposed to be in competition with me or something. I don't know, but I know that for me, I don't live my life every single day in constant misery and loathing. I don't do that. I normally do things very easily. I don't do things with that kind of struggle. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. I don't feel like I need protection out here. Y'all know how I am. So, you do what's right for you. I just know that I don't have any tricks. I'm not trying to run game on anybody. It is what it is. Whatever it is that I'm dealing with, it is what it is. Okay. And I've always been a very honest person. I don't ever try to glamour people. Like people typically like I'm an open book and it's nothing wrong with being that way. I've always been a very honest person about my feelings, how I'm feeling, who I am, and I'm just not doing the drama anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm not. And you know what? I learned my lesson from last night. Let me tell y'all a story. So again, I was talking about empaths earlier, and I was talking about how when you are an empath, people literally, it's almost like predatorial people. They have an instinct to project their negativity to empaths. For some reason, this has been my experience really my whole life, but not to this magnitude. Okay. And so I'm having a conversation with this strange person, and that's one of the things about me as to why, like, people can't necessarily have a conversation with me unless they have went to my website and placed an order. I don't just talk to any and everybody. I don't do that. Well, guess what? Probably up until maybe an hour ago, I felt this person's bad energy on me. I had to clear myself. I had to use sea salt. I had to use a candle. It's that serious, especially during certain times of the moon cycle. Um, Hold on a minute, y'all. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm back. So I'm not doing the drama anymore. I'm not doing the drama anymore. Um, I'm just not, that's just like I was saying with what I was dealing with for the new moon, I don't come online and talk about all of the stuff that I do at the new moon. There was some work that I had to do to clear off some negativity from my old landlord. There was some core cutting work that I had to do. I don't have room for any of this drama. When we're doing this type of work, there are energies fluctuating, you know, and a person has to be given time to rest, ground themselves, And I'm gonna be honest with you. I've just had people out here, and I think that it has a lot to do with me being black. Yeah. And just literally mangling me, just like what in the world, you know? And it's so disrespectful to me. I am extremely sensitive. I can hear my name being called from across the world, right? So I have to make sure that I'm good too. I can't just do this, okay? So we're doing the work to keep the parasites off of the channel. They will go. I don't care about them coming in here trolling. They will go, okay? And then um also there's cleansing that I'm doing and everything, and it's just a lot that is going on right now, and I just do not have room for this. This is what I said last week. These people are constantly begging for my attention, and you know, of course, for me, the way I look at a woman is that a woman is well rounded and grounded when she's not begging for the attention of another woman on the internet. So you make your judgment based upon how you feel. I personally would not get down with a woman like that. I can't stand women like that. Okay, a woman that's constantly running behind another woman. I don't. I would never want to have nothing to do with a female like that. Okay, y'all do you. I'm not embarrassed about anything that those people have said. I'm a grown woman. I'm sorry, and I think it's very childish. Some of the things that were being said, it's disgusting. Some of the things that are being said. If you enjoy that type of entertainment, it's probably not a good match for you to be a client for me anyway. If you enjoy that type of entertainment, if you enjoy hearing people speak that way, I don't enjoy hearing people speak that way. I stated my position yesterday when I spoke about the two major things we need to quit talking about. I don't like to hear disgusting talk. I don't, and you know what? I don't listen to people when they're talking disgustingly about me. So, you know, this is a constant let's attach to Jamila, or let's try to attach to Jamila. It's very bizarre. It's very weird. It's very creepy. It is. Especially when women are doing it. Ew. Behaving that way. Okay. I don't agree with men behaving that way, especially women. Okay. You know, but it is what it is. Okay. There's some people on here, you know, just know this, that if I know you and I get acquainted with you and you begin to speak racism, or I suspect that you're a racist, I'm not going to want to have anything to do with you. And especially if you're racist towards black people and I'm black. So everybody has the right to say, hey, and this is where all of this began. This is where it began 5 years ago. This is where this started. When I said, hey, I can't have nothing to do with that situation. End of story. Okay. There's certain people that I feel that if people listen to them, they apparently don't have a lot of common sense. I'm not for the tomfoolery. I really don't like the tomfoolery. I really don't. You know what I mean? So whatever it is that you want to do, if you want to go and be amongst all that chaos, then go and be amongst all that chaos. All I know is that I want my channel to be the quiet, witchy spot that it used to be, without all of this chaos. Yes, these people's energy will be kept off of my social media. These people have to go. I don't even want them in my social media. If a person says, hey, I don't want anything to do with you, you have to respect that. And this has been a commonality. This has been something that has been happening very common. Me telling people, hey, I'm not vibing with you. And those people thinking that it's okay to stalk me based upon what another adult told them. So, I'm not running any flash sales. I'm not doing that. Okay. If you want to sit around and listen to people gossip and follow me around and stalk me like a Truman Show, that's kind of weird. Whatever. Okay. If you're about business, you can contact me. If you want to sit around and do a bunch of drama, stay over there. That- Go over there. Do whatever you got to do. I had to just tell somebody today, none of this is my fault. These are grown people. I'm not responsible for the actions of grown people. And I think a lot of people get that confused when they're dealing with a witch. They think that we're just supposed to be controlling everything and everybody. And that's not my job. So I wanted to come and say that. Um, I'm not going to continuously, I mean, my God, for well over 10 years, I'm not. I've already stated what was the what's up was, and I'm just done going back and forth about it. People want to argue, then go argue somewhere else. Okay. So I just wanted to make that quick announcement real quick. And y'all know what I'm trying to say. If you want to go to other people's channels and they're able to turn you against me in a heartbeat, or if you have some kind of opinion about me based upon things that have never happened, that aren't reality, go right ahead. Okay. All I know is that a troll came into my business thinking that paying me money meant that that person was a client and they were not. Okay. So, for whatever reason, when I make a decision to part ways with someone, typically you don't have to owe that person an explanation. Okay. So, anyway, I'll let y'all know when my Etsy is back up. In the meantime, y'all can visit my link tree. I have a lot going on in the next week. I don't have time to be in social media like that. And then I'm working on some healing work, okay, for my collective because I do have current clients that I'm still working with. And I honestly don't have time. Okay. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. And I'm going to be gone for a little while. I wanted to literally take a break. You know, the trolls are desperate right now for attention. Whatever it is that I've needed to report to the police has been reported. Okay. So it's been a very, very sick game of use someone's kids to get their attention. It's kind of weird. I don't think people in social media should allow people in social media to get away with something like that. No, I do not show my children on my YouTube channel. No, I don't. And do you blame me? I have a perfectly healthy, wonderful, beautiful child here who's 12 years old, and I've got people that are sick, predators, saying that he can't talk. Am I going to come on here and prove that he can talk? He talks randomly on camera all the time. No, I'm not. Okay. Just know that I am protecting my children. And that's pretty much it. Okay. So I used to vlog with my kids when my youngest was like, I think the last time I had a YouTube channel with him on it, he was like maybe 2 or around 3. And I don't do that anymore because of sick perverts on the internet. Okay. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. You got to understand after your privacy has been violated over and over and over and over again and over again. And this time there will be jail time for certain people. And that's something that isn't obvious because there's a whole history of these people, okay, doing the craziness that they do. It's confirmed that it's because a lot of these people need to go and get mental help. I don't understand why there's so many people that are desperately in need of mental health services that are chasing around spiritualists. That's so weird to me, but whatever. You don't have a spiritual problem, you have a mental problem. And that has to be addressed first. Okay? Seriously. So, and I don't want to deal with it. I know that I feel much better because I don't know why I just felt like this weirdness, and I feel so much better now since I did my chakra balancing and stuff. So I'm gonna try to sit here and enjoy it, you know, and that's pretty much it. Okay, me being gone for a while will definitely be good to let people know because the trolls are on here every single day, every day, every day, every day, being trolls. So that's pretty much it. I'll keep y'all posted um as to like when my Etsy shop goes back up and stuff. And that's pretty much it. But all I know is that if you judge me based upon those people, I don't want nothing to do with you anyway. Trust me. Trust me, you either would have to be as demented or sick or perverted as those people. So, I'm not worried about it. All I know is that they have tried to keep a consistent connection with me by telling the same lies over and over again. None of it is true. Can you empty this for me, sweetie? Telling the same lies over and over again. And eventually, those people are going to get a knock at their door with a summons to court. That is going to happen. Even if I have to go to legal aid, it's gonna happen. People keep doing that because I tired of it. I's tired. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see y'all later. Have a good night. Bye bye.